Alright, that was the first one. Alright. I kind of wanted to watch this one because, um, before we watch it, I'm gonna go shut my window again. But it's the Silly World of Horror Games for Kids. Let me go shut my window again really quickly. I forgot it was open. Hello, mate. I'm back. I keep forgetting to close my curtain. Alright, let's. Oh, shit. It is like muted. I was getting the videos right before stream, and I forgot to close to unmute them. Hold on. Okay, should be good.
Hi, Connor the Waffle here presenting you with NordVPN, the fast and easy way to have security for you and your loved ones while browsing the internet. With NordVPN, you can watch shows from different regions and countries, protect your data while using public Wi-Fi or surfing the spooky dark web. It's
Yeah.
simple.
I know
Let me
nothing
show
about
you.
this. I'm just
Nord
fucking
can
around.
block malware, making your browsing safer and smoother by identifying malware-ridden files and stopping you from landing on malicious websites. I have never
Damn.
felt safer using Twitter on the subway system. And
Wait,
if you
what?
click that link down below right now at nordvpn.com/ConnorTheWaffle, you'll get 4 months for free on a 2-year plan. But I'm not done yet. Doing so is risk-free with
Wow.
Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you want the best protection against hackers and even the government, then click that link down below at nordvpn.com/ConnorTheWaffle. That link again is
Wow.
nordvpn.com/ConnorTheWaffle. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video.
Thank you, Nord, for sponsoring his video.
YouTube the other day and saw this little horror game that all the Markipliers of the world were playing. A game
Ban
titled
Ban. Yeah.
The Garten of Bon Bon. Now,
That is a unique game within itself. Not something I would play, but it's a game that exists.
I'll be honest, that stupid name alone filled me with unbridled rage. It's like the game was purposefully named that so all the 3-year-olds out there could properly pronounce it. And
Yeah, I
after
don't know
watching
even
the
know
game's
who it's
trailer,
marketed
I
to.
couldn't help but think, man, horror games for kids are pretty much the worst thing ever. At first,
It's funny, I don't even know who it's marketed to. It looks like it's marketed to kids, but it wants to be a what's it called? Mascot horror game, right? It wants to be a mascot horror game, but some of the mechanics are from what I've seen because I watched GT Live play it and stuff, like other people play it. A lot of YouTubers mostly um are like it looks like shit and they wanted to add it, but like it just doesn't fit with the gameplay type of thing. And it's interesting. I get what they were trying to do, but it doesn't feel like it fits with the story or it fits with the world. You gotta factor in like what type of world setting you want to do with like gameplay. And it's an interesting, unique game, I'll give it that. I don't think I'd ever play it though because I'd most likely just get way too frustrated to ever play that type of game. And I don't ever want to do that.
the biggest offender that came to mind was, no offense, Five Nights at Freddy's. But the more I
Oh
thought
yeah.
about it, the more I realized, oh no, There's a
SpongeBob!
whole hilarious world of horror games
SpongeBob,
meant for
no!
kids. Now, look, when I say
Oh,
horror games for
Bendy, yeah.
kids, I'm not saying that these games aren't fun or even
That
creepy.
axe looks fun
That
to
if you're someone who
use.
likes these games, that you're a stupid baby who might as well be playing it with the Mattel GameCube controller. That's not what I'm saying. More so that these games clearly have a targeted audience, creating marketable plushies, t-shirts, coloring books, etc.
Oh, yeah,
All
yeah,
with
yeah.
their cute on the surface, but with a dark secret
Yeah,
mascots
it's funny.
plastered
They
all
have an
over them.
older audience,
All
but
of
they're
this can be
marketing it
attributed to the
towards
internet. When your
kids.
favorite colorful haired Let's Player is screaming at their monitor for 20 minutes, kids are gonna notice. And today I want to focus on the big games as well. I know that there's plenty of Sesame Street and spooky SpongeBob games that were literally made by 10-year-olds. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about those. Just the big names that literally created this new
You can
market
tell
of
that kids were
children's horror.
inspired by it.
I think my first exposure to this was with Sonic.exe. Yeah, the creepypasta game. A
I've
totally
never seen
real and
any of
haunted
these
Sonic game that
games.
had an evil Sonic going around and breaking the sixth commandment on all the characters, complete
Sixth
with blood and
Commandment.
jump scares. Creepypastas were super popular in the early 2010s, and I wish I could forget the world I lived in back when every game was just a random fictional character and adding .exe at the end of it. It truly was a horrible time. Sonic.exe, though, was the only one to ever keep its popularity, spawning
Huh.
official sequels and loads of fan games. Young Sonic fans definitely took an interest in them, probably thinking to
Oh,
themselves,
that's
oh,
creepy.
you thought Sonic was for kids? Think again, idiot. Sonic.exe were young fans' chance at having Sonic be more mature and scary. The amount of plushies I've seen for sale at conventions is unreal. Even having Sonic.exe mods in games
Oh,
like
I've
Friday
seen
Night
those.
Funkin'. Yeah, over 10 years later, Sonic.exe is still alive and kicking. It's crazy. Now, I always felt like Sonic.exe was fairly niche. Unless you were someone who liked Sonic and creepypastas, there's a good
Not
chance you never
really.
would have known what Sonic.exe is.
And that
No,
would be
what the
me.
world needed was a mainstream horror game that immediately got the attention of everyone.
Not me. Apparently, my sibling played it when it came out, though, which I didn't even fucking know. I paused that at a wrong time. His eye sockets? Creepy.
This is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
The
I didn't
game that
even
single
know it
handedly put
until I
Markiplier on
watched
the map and made
FNAF.
MatPat a
I mean, in game,
bajillionaire. The
yeah,
game
MatPat.
just dropped online, existing as a niche little horror game at first, until the aforementioned Markiplier made a video of him playing and going, "Fucking fuck!" And that
What?
right there made FNAF $1 million franchise.
Seriously?
Everyone was playing Five Nights at Freddy's when it came out. Even my friend, who doesn't spend any time on YouTube,
Wow.
downloaded this game on his laptop to show me. It's kind of a perfect game conceptually. Taking place at an
I didn't
abandoned
even
Chuck E.
know he did
Cheese-like
that.
location, Freddy's Pizzeria was immediately a familiar location to so many people. Anyone who's ever been to a Chuck E. Cheese and saw that
Oh,
giant rat-filled
I hate that mascot. As a kid, I wouldn't even come out of the play place until that thing fucking went away. My parent had to call my name so many times to get me out, and then they kept trying to like tell me, I'm gonna come in there and come get you, even though it was so tiny. And then this shit still was out of the like singing area, and then I kept staring at it, and I thought it was staring at me, and then I was like waiting for it to come out, and I was hiding in the play place. And then once it went away, I fucking bolted towards my parent and we left. I hate that thing so much. It's so creepy.
any child with immediate fear. The gameplay, however, is really what got players hooked.
It's
On
so
paper, it's pretty
creepy.
simple. You're clicking through security cameras, trying to see if any of the animatronics have moved from their locations. It's really scary coming back to a room and seeing that one of them is missing or staring at the camera as if
Now
they're
that I'm
mocking
thinking
you.
about it, I
The
would have definitely hated this game as a kid. Not because Not because, I mean, I didn't like games or whatever. I just hated horror in general. I was not the type of kid to like horror, you know? I also hated Chuck E. Cheese, so that factored into it as well.
If any of the animatronics happen to come near the door, you need to shut it. But if you're just 1 millisecond short of catching an animatronic,
Oh
one of
my
the four, or
god.
I guess five technically, animatronics will slam your laptop shut and jump in your face,
What?
letting out the most ear-piercing and obnoxious screaming you've ever heard. That's why people played
Uh,
the game. It's similar to the Maze game in the mid 2000s or
oh,
any
yeah,
classic jump
that.
scare video. You're meant to play the
I
game
played
with
that maze
someone
game a
who's never
lot
heard of
during
Five Nights at
class
Freddy's.
when I
You
was
know that they're
little.
going to fail, and you're just waiting for the moment that Freddy screams in their face. At least that's how I
Not
experienced it.
ready for
I
my
never seriously
Carly.
sat down and tried to beat this game. I never really considered it to be a traditional game more than I did a jump scare simulator. I feel like a lot of people felt that way.
One
At
free
least for a
prize.
bit.
Ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba.
Yeah, Game Theory, more specifically MatPat, would make videos on the super dark and secret lore of the Five Nights at Freddy's universe.
Hello, Internet.
Internet, welcome to Game Theory.
This would absolutely
That
take
song's
this
a
game series to the
banger.
next level. When the second, third, and fourth games came out, kids didn't even care about the stupid jump scares. They were more interested in playing through the
Yeah.
Atari minigames that would drip feed the most vague piece of lore. Which, of course,
Hold on. I gotta say something. The Game Theory opening, the original one, is a fucking banger. Nobody can tell me otherwise. It's a banger.
MatPat would make a 30-minute video on. As for FNAF 2 through 4, I didn't really pay any attention to them. I thought the first game was a cute little jump scare novelty and didn't find much more interest beyond that. But I know I'm totally in the minority. Go into any GameStop,
Hey
Target,
you! If you like my videos and you want more, please like and subscribe, and maybe you one day, will become part of my plushie wall.
Target, or Walmart.
Oh, they do that
You'll be
with
hard-pressed to not
everything.
find a giant section full of Five Nights at Freddy's Funko.
Although, hold on. I just saw one of the things was like really cute. This, hold on.
Target, or Walmart. You'll be hard-pressed to not.
This is really cute. The little plushy Foxy holding up an "It's me" sign. That's cute. I would get that if I had that phone. I no longer have an iPhone, so I cannot get that anymore. But that would be so cute on my phone. I hate
Find a
these.
giant
I
section full
fucking
of
hate
Five
them
Nights
with a
at Freddy's
passion, though.
Funko Pops, plushies, pins. The list goes on. All of which
Yeah,
aimed at
everything has
kids.
that though
Freddy,
nowadays.
Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, all being sometimes cute, color-coded animals for the kids to remember. I don't think it was Scott Cawthon's intention to make this massive children's
No,
horror
it really
series.
wasn't.
I feel like it just kinda accidentally happened.
The first
Security
game
breach,
popped off
however, was when I
accidentally.
realized that, yeah, this is a kid's game. I mean,
The designs, though, are really good. Design wise. Fucking really good, though.
come on, you control a literal child and are best friends with this new Freddy. It's like a twisted take on Pokemon. Security breach finally
Design
allowed the
wise,
player to walk
really
around
good.
and explore, as opposed to just sitting in a chair and looking at an iPad. There's a lot more world building and dialogue in this game, being very straightforward with the plot and what's going on. I do like that aspect of the game, but it's
Oh,
just
creepy.
so whatever as a whole. As a horror game, it's not very scary. The
Moon can
animatronics
fuck
aren't
off.
torn
I hate
apart
him.
or creepy looking. Heck, they're meant to be as cute and friendly looking as possible since Freddy's Pizzeria is open at this time. They all share the same animations too. So when you're being chased, it's just a generic walk cycle for everyone. Oh, and if
Yeah,
they do get you, that's it.
yes, but hear me out. Moon and Sun are fucking horrifying to look at. Like, actually. I don't even know if I can find a picture of them, but hold on. I'm gonna be really safe here. Hold on. Okay, I can find a picture. One that's very safe for showing on stream. That's shocking. Uh, the middle is not. Okay, whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Would you actively want to go near these? Like, seriously, take a look at any of these pictures. Would you actively want to go near them? Like, seriously, they're creepy as hell. Like, they're my nightmare fuel. Like, that shit I want to stay away from. Like, seriously. That's my nightmare fuel. Those are what's actively creepy in Security Breach though. That's what I think is like really creepy is Sun and Moon. That's what's actively really creepy. And then you got I'm not gonna show it, but then you got the breakdown design. That's also really creepy. It's like them fused together. That's also really creepy.
The camera shakes a little bit and you get this tiny little scream. I
Yeah,
always felt
that's
like
not
the jump
scary, but the
scares were the
map
glue that
bops, I
held these
hate
games
them.
together. The jump scares in past games were purposefully obnoxious and intrusive, giving the player real incentive to get good and not get caught, because you don't want to hear Springtrap go blah. So if the jump scares aren't scary,
Yeah, but
then
he's not scary though.
where's the horror? You forgot the scary. Again, though, all of this about FNAF is just my opinion. I know I'm in the minority, with FNAF being one of the biggest horror video game franchises going on today. But there's no denying with all of the songs and
I hate sister location. I fucking hate it. Baby can fucking take a hike. I hate baby. Like anything from sister location makes me want to like give them my house and like walk out of my house and I go to a different state and move to another state because it gives me the chills. Cuz it's her mimicking shit from like I guess when she was a child or whatever, but just gives me the creeps. The ending of when he dies and like you can see Ennard slowly scoot this way and then you see his face and then him in the mirror. Fucking creepy. That's what's really creepy.
parodies that exist online that are very much obviously targeted for kids.
Oh god. That actively scared me. Take a hike, baby.
It's a kid's series, fight me.
It is, but the music's good though. Fan-made
But what
music's
if a
good.
game is aware of its target audience and makes a game that's eerie and creepy, but lacking any real violence or shock value? Well,
That would be
you get
Bendy, yeah.
Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, when this game first dropped, I'll admit, I was immediately hooked. The
I didn't
cartoony
even know it was a
aesthetics,
thing.
the cute yet insanely creepy early Disney mascot, it really managed to stand out amongst the myriad
I
of
didn't even
generic
know it was a
first-person
thing.
horror games at the time. Seriously, if I had to see one more Slender clone, I was gonna lose it. The player takes
I
control
mean,
of
you're not
Henry
wrong.
Stein, a retired animator who returns to his old animation studio and discovers that a magic ink machine has destroyed the entire studio and brought some of his characters to life. And it's up to you to figure out just what the heck is going on.
Those are
The horror
cute.
is all in the atmosphere. Again, taking a normally beloved setting for children, in this case, Disney, and
Hmm.
making it just distorted enough to make you want to cancel your Disney Plus subscription. The main form of gameplay will have you solving puzzles and listening to the lore of bootleg
Yeah, but
Disneyland.
there's nothing
There
good
is
on
some
Disney
minor combat,
anyways.
but since
They're
all the
not making
monsters are made of
anything good.
ink, you can get around
That's
smashing
gonna
them
make
into
you
a
want to
million
cancel
pieces
your
and not
Disney
having it be
Plus
super violent.
subscription.
If mom's watching you play this, she won't bat an eye. For me, though, the game plays it a little too safe. There are some creepy jump scares, don't get me wrong, but that's all they are. Scares that get you in the moment, but don't have any real lingering threat with its presence.
That
I want to
makes
compare it to
sense.
a horror game that I genuinely can't play for more than 5 minutes without spiking my
Please
adrenaline.
don't show any gameplay. I'll
Outlast.
be really.
In
Oh, never mind.
Outlast, you play as a journalist as you investigate this psych ward that's been overrun by homicidal
I know
patients.
what
For some
Outlast
reason,
is.
you
Never
didn't
mind.
come strapped to a place like this, so all you have at your disposal is your crappy handheld camera that gives you night vision and your wits. You're completely on your own to run around and hide from these
I was
maniacs.
gonna say, please
There
don't
are
play
plenty of
any
jump
gameplay
scares,
or
don't
like
get me
show
wrong.
anything, because I
However,
was gonna be
there's always a
genuinely
continuous
scared.
lingering threat that never goes away. Not once do you ever feel like you're in a safe room or that a psycho isn't just going to burst through a secret door at any second to try and hunt you down. There are no weapons you can use, not even a rusty pipe or a piece of wood. Nothing. You're never safe. Any
Oh,
noise
so
you hear
this
will
was
have
the
you
original
frantically spin
Outlast
around to see
game,
if
not
someone's behind
Outlast
you. I
Trials.
seriously can't play this for more than 5 minutes. That wasn't a
Huh.
joke. Now, going back to Bendy and the Ink Machine, whenever you're in a room that has an obvious puzzle you need to solve, you know you're not going to be attacked randomly for taking too long. Or when there's
No,
a
you're
cutscene
not.
playing out, you know that there's going to be some kind of timed jump scare. Nothing is going to feel sporadic or chaotic, which,
They
believe
give
me,
you
I
time.
do like and prefer. I could actually play Bendy and the Ink Machine and found it to be a much more enjoyable experience than Outlast. Mainly because I'm a big baby.
I wanna
I'm
pet
not
him.
judging Bendy and the Ink Machine as a game in general, but
He's
as
a
a
dog. I
horror
wanna
game.
pet him.
It's horror in the same way that Courage the Cowardly Dog is horror. Yes, there are unsettling themes and creepy images that'll make an impact on you, but there's nothing too obscene that would make a parent upset. It's a really
True.
fun game. I don't want that message to be buried under anything. I would recommend this game for a fun time, but more so if you're in the mood for a world with a creepy atmosphere and a fun story to tell, with occasional jump scares. But hey, what about a game that fails as a horror game and a game as a whole?
Yeah, the developers still have it in beta. It's not even a game, it's still in beta. I don't even know how many years it's been in beta. It's not even like an actual game, it's still like a test game type of thing. It's still in beta. Like, it's not even an actual game right now.
Well, you get Hello Neighbor.
Yeah.
Man, this game was insanely
It
hyped
was
up before
supposed
its
to be a
official
really
release.
good
Let's
game.
Players were all over it, wanting to like it, and the creators were desperately trying to get MatPat's attention
Yep,
to fill in the
I
blanks of
do
the
know that,
secrets within
yeah.
this game and find out the lore like
They
he
were
did with
tagging
Five
him
Nights at
so
Freddy's.
much.
It was incredibly desperate and embarrassing to
Yep.
see. Just looking at all these Twitter screenshots makes me
Yeah,
feel
it was
so
so
bad for
much. It was
them.
so
Hey
much.
MatPat, just checking in, seeing if you saw our previous
Yeah,
11 tweets. First
it
off,
was so
the game looks
much.
like shit. I'm sorry. They were clearly going for some quirky Dr. Seuss looking world, which
Yeah,
maybe
but
in
they
a
never
vacuum in
finished
a
it.
different game could work. But look at this. How is this supposed to be scary? Okay, fine. Maybe you want to say that they want this neighborhood to look like any old neighborhood, that a crazy psycho could live among us in any suburban neighborhood. Okay then. How about make the setting a cloudy day, or not have this massive cartoony house? Even when you break
What
into
the
his
fuck was
house and
that
find the
railroad?
supposed creepy areas of it, it's still adorably quirky. If you walked into his house and it slowly turned into Outlast, then sure, I say that's an amazing swerve that unsuspecting players would be terrified of. But no, I feel like at any second we're gonna cook green eggs and ham. The story of this game is that the player finds themselves moving into a new house across the street from a mysterious neighbor who is behaving in a paranoid manner and seems to be keeping a secret in his basement. The player's task is to break into the neighbor's home and solve a series of puzzles to gather items needed to unlock and access his
Yeah,
basement,
but the puzzles
all while
suck and the
trying to break and
AI
enter into your
sucks as
neighbor's home
well.
with no substantial evidence that he's even evil apart from you get that vibe from him. He'll be chasing you around at somewhat of a brisk pace. That's it. And when he catches you, it's fine because he just shakes you a little bit and you just respawn back at your house across the street and can just go over there again to try and break and enter. So, if there's no consequences and no real threat, if the atmosphere isn't scary and we're instead just spending all of our time solving mind-numbingly boring puzzles, where's the scary? Hell, scratch
Well, it's
that,
not
where's the
scary.
fun? This game feels like one big
It's
escape
more
room,
like
spending your time
frustrating because
solving
the AI
puzzles while
sucks.
occasionally being chased. When the game was in early development back in 2017, people felt like the game had potential. Sure, it was pretty basic with the puzzles and simple scares, but again, it's in beta. Once it's actually finished and will be more polished, there should be an actual game here. But no, the game released and it was the same as the beta, but longer. There are some cutscenes and eventual story progression moments, but the game just drags on, having you spend all the time solving stupid puzzles that aren't fun. That by the time something eventually happens, you don't care anymore. There's a sequel apparently that I never played or even knew existed. It honestly looks the same as the first thing, so if you're into
That
that
one
first
also
game,
sucks as
then
well,
hey, the
from what I
sequel's for
hear.
you. But enough of this. Let's hop on the bus and head to school.
Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education
That one's
and
really
Learning.
good.
That's me.
Thank you for that. Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. A game that parodies those old cheesy educational PC games like Sonic Schoolhouse. You take control of
Sonic
a kid whose friend
Schoolhouse?
forgets 7 notebooks at the local school, but can't get them himself because he would be late for eating practice. That's actually what they say. So you have to wander the school and enter different rooms to find all 7 notebooks. When you find one, however, Baldi, one of the teachers, will question you with 3 basic math equations you need to solve, with the third one always being a corrupted mess that's impossible to answer. And Baldi, well, he don't like
Being
that.
mad and pissed
Because
off.
with every answer you get wrong, Baldi will chase you faster and faster throughout the school, waiting to spank you with his ruler, which isn't good for anyone. Along with
I
Baldi are
couldn't
many
play
other
this
NPCs
game
that
because I
exist
don't do
only
well
to
with
get in your way
pressure.
and stop you. If you're caught running in the halls, the principal will put you in the detention center for a few seconds, where Baldi can hunt you down and you just have to sit there until your detention is up. Then there's the jump rope girl, where if you run into her, you'll have to play a game of, you guessed it, jacks. No, it's jump rope, where you need to
What the hell
execute
is
3
Jax?
perfectly timed jumps in order to be able to escape. There's keys to collect to open shortcuts, a bully you need to buy snacks for so he won't block your path. It really feels like school, where everyone is just in your way and driving you insane. It's a really intense game, needing to learn the layout of the school and where your best exit strategies are in case you get cornered by Baldi. Because if he catches you once, it's game over and you need to start again. Now, while the game can be intense, is it actually scary?
You're doing fantastic.
I guess? I don't know.
You did great.
No. Whenever Baldi catches you, the game just lets out an irritatingly loud noise, which again, sure, is startling. It doesn't have any long-lasting fear effects.
Place
You're not
lore
horrified
here.
of hearing the sound again, you're just gonna be annoyed. The visuals are honestly really charming, though. Having that 90s PC game vibe where everything looks like garbage while still being super colorful.
Yeah.
All of the NPCs are
Though I'm not a
purposely
90s
poorly
kid, I'm a
drawn.
2000s kid,
It's
so.
really charming to look at and feels like hopping into a time machine to a simpler time. But again, it's not scary. After you collect all the notebooks,
It does have a
Baldi will
little
then
bit of
scream
like
he's
the
in an Xbox
2000s
party chat
PC
telling you to
stuff
leave
too.
while the school turns creepypasta blood red.
Wait, what? Oh, this is the one I know. Yeah, I hate it. Run. Yeah, please get out of my
Is
ears.
this scary? No.
Yes.
It's again intense, yeah, but that's it.
No,
Watching
that's
speedruns of
actually
this game is honestly
scary.
impressive, and of course, Let's Players actually take these games to the next level. However, if you do like this game's format but actually want to be scared, then
No,
I'd
I'm good.
recommend Advanced Education with Victor Strobovsky.
I'm good.
It's literally the same concept as Baldi, needing to collect items, avoiding all NPCs, answering math questions, etc.
I'm good.
However, the atmosphere here is much more threatening.
I'm
The
good.
hallways are dimly lit, never knowing what's ahead of you. The ceiling is so close to the ground, really giving you this feeling of claustrophobia, and that if something were to chase you, you'd really feel trapped. The creatures are also
I'm
a lot more
good.
disturbing visually. The first time you see them, you'll definitely be in shock as to what the hell is lurking in this school, wanting to avoid them by any means necessary. I'd recommend playing Baldi's for the challenge and the charm, and Victor's for the nightmares and
I'm
horrors.
good. I'm not playing either. I don't do good with
Which
those
leads us
games.
to a game that I honestly don't really
Poppy
care about,
playtime.
but a lot of people clearly do.
I like it because of
Poppy
the
Playtime. Now this game
what the fuck
is
is it
incredibly
called again?
popular. I'm fully aware of that.
What the fuck is it called again? Hold on. The s- the way they tell their story, it still is through VHS tapes, but it's hold on. Environmental storytelling. That's why I like it. I was about to look it up. It's now through environmental storytelling. And from what I understand, they were targeting it to kids, one and two. But because of three being darker than it was originally supposed to be, it's no longer being targeted to kids, which I also like. Um, Again, I'm not playing that shit on stream, but still, I don't think my computer could handle it. That's why I'm not playing it on stream. A lot of games I do want to play, I don't think my computer could handle. Um, but that's why I like it. They're doing environmental storytelling, which I think is why FNAF failed. Security Breach. They tried to do environmental storytelling and focus more on that than what they were building up to in the actual like gameplay aspect. That might be a hot take, but I heard it through a lot of like people and that I was watching that do like FNAF content. Um, so yeah.
A lot of people love this game, and I can totally see
Yeah,
the
it's cool.
appeal. But good God, is it just the culmination of every children's horror game trope thrown into one? In
That's
Poppy
fair.
Playtime, you play as a former employee of Playtime Co., who returns to the abandoned toy factory after receiving a letter from the staff who were thought
Just
to
please
have
don't play any
disappeared
of the
10 years ago. You're then
VHH
given this
chat
backpack with brightly
tapes
colored
because it
red and blue
actually
hands
does
that can
creep me
extend
out.
outwards to solve puzzles, which again is the main form of gameplay here. Solving puzzles in a dark room, just kinda waiting for the monster to show up. Chapter 1 feels like it
Well,
kinda drags on with the puzzle.
the fact that they don't show up because they stalk you. The monsters stalk you. If you look in chapter 1 where the guy was playing, um I don't know, this room right here, you can see Huggy in this little corner over here and he's watching you. There are a couple other places where you can see Huggy actively watching you. The same for Mommy Longlegs in the game station, and the same for Catnap in Chapter 3. They're actively stalking you and watching you because you are their prey. You are their hunting ground. You are in their hunting ground, and you are their food, essentially. And they don't want you getting any farther than you should, which is also really cool. And the fact that they're letting you, you know, walk around in their hunting ground, but actively stalking you, and to the point of the chase sequence. Yeah, that is horrifying to think about.
To solve puzzles, which again is the main form of gameplay here. Solving puzzles in a dark room, just kinda waiting for the monster to show up. Chapter 1 feels like it kinda drags on with the puzzle solving. There's
And
never any
that's
threat of a monster
understandable.
showing up, which I get. They want to build tension before revealing the sharp teeth Arlo, but seriously, man, it
Sharp
isn't
teeth
scary
Arlo.
solving puzzles. The atmosphere doesn't feel threatening if you don't tease the monster. Like, I should feel like Arlo can pop out at any second, but he never does. The chase scene with the monster is
Again,
also
he is
not that
stalking
interesting.
you.
If he
All of them
catches you,
are.
you get a typical Five Nights at Freddy's like jump scare. Poppy's Playtime has a chapter system where it's all one game, but chapters get released whenever they get around to it. Chapter 2 is honestly much of the same, more puzzles to solve and occasionally seeing the creepy little monster. I just wish there was more creepy ambiance and moments like this.
Again, this is
When
what
your
I was
horror
talking
game is
about. They're all
95%
stalking you.
puzzles and
You're in their
5% jump scares,
territory.
it's just not for me. Which leads us to the beginning of this video with The Garten of Bonbon.
This game
Again, the name
actively
is stupid as
sucks.
hell and nothing I ever want to say out loud ever again. But you know what? I was worked. I was played by this game. Because apparently, the Garten of Bonbon is a parody of all of those children's horror games.
It is.
Oh, everything from the stupid name, stupid colorful monsters,
I don't
stupid
think it is
childhood
now.
setting, and stupid puzzles to solve. You're basically set in this preschool and
I
need
don't
to
think it
escape
is.
before all the cute characters come to life and eat your pancreas. It's a parody done so well,
Because
in
they
fact,
actively tease
I'm
the next
genuinely
chapter
wondering if it was made to be
with
a parody from the beginning. Or
when the
if
game
enough
releases.
people played it and said the game was full of stupid children's horror game tropes that the developers were like, haha, yeah, no, it's meant to be a joke. You know what I mean? Because as a parody, it doesn't really make sense. When you're doing everything that these children's horror games do without any hint of irony, is it really a parody?
It's
Like, what
not.
makes this a parody? It looks no better or worse than Poppy Playtime. These creatures clearly have some effort put into them to be somewhat creepy.
They
I
do,
mean, again,
yeah.
look, this game
But
isn't
the
like the worst
gameplay
thing
is
ever.
very
I'm just
iffy,
so
and it feels
overseeing
like
the
it would
bright,
be
colorful
frustrating.
monsters in this bright, colorful world. Where the horror comes from, let's take a children's thing and make it scary.
Some
Heck,
of it
the more I
feels
talk about this
repetitive
game,
too.
the more I kinda hate it. I don't know, man. If you want a horror game done in the style of a children's game done well, then let's check out Andy's Apple Farm.
Oh my god, that game's so creepy. Oh my god, that game is so fucking creepy. Please don't. Like, I watched Game Theory's episode on it a long time ago when they put out the first episode. It was so creepy to watch. I had to genuinely wait a while to, like, calm down. It was so creepy.
Andy's Apple Farm, on the surface, looking like any old educational game from the 90s
It's
that you
so
would play on your
creepy.
PC. Similar to titles like Putt Putt, it has this grainy CRT filter, and the characters' voices sound really low quality, giving it that feeling of authenticity.
Oh, hi, Andy. We're just having
It's
a
so
picnic. Care to
creepy.
join us?
Of course I would.
Hello, Andy.
You play as Andy, this anthropomorphic apple character, and meet up with your friends, who all want to play a game with you, where if you win, you'll get the special prize.
Oh wow, what's the prize? That would break the surprise, would it not? Oh yeah, I guess you are.
It's the key to your house.
What?
Immediately, you're threatened.
I feel
Basically
uncomfortable.
forced to play these minigames with your supposed friends if you want the key to your own house back. And if these are
I
your
feel
friends,
very
why are
uncomfortable.
they doing this to you? Well, no time to think about it really, I guess. We first meet up with Melody, a moon girl who challenges us to a game of DDR, or Friday Night Funkin' if you're a cool kid. The game itself isn't super challenging, but the music is purposefully offbeat, making it kinda difficult to hit the buttons in conjunction with the music.
I feel uncomfortable, man.
After that, we get our sticker and look for another character to play a minigame with, until
I feel uncomfortable.
the game encounters an error, with text that says, "She's not gone, she's still here." Of course, we have no idea what this means,
Please
and instead
stop.
have to actually reboot the game like nothing happened.
Please stop.
Like, we just experienced a normal PC game crash. The next friend we encounter is Klaus. He's some clock character who wants
Please
to play I
stop.
Spy with him. It's all
I'm
basic
genuinely
stuff.
uncomfortable.
I spy something red, I spy something green. But then he says he spies something dangerous. Is it this oddly placed axe? Well, according to that face, I think we might be right.
Gross,
The
gross,
game once
gross.
again glitches out, and now we're in control of Klaus, wandering this forest until a demented form of Andy chases us with an axe. Before anything happens, though, we cut to someone chopping up another person with an axe. The person with the axe is named Thomas, as we learn through this dialogue of the victim pleading with Thomas to stop. With Thomas, of course, not listening and instead just shouting, "You killed them," only to then have a horrifying realization of what he's done. The game cuts to black, And alright, we got our sticker for completing the I Spy minigame. That's awesome! Yeah, no further explanation on that for now. Just have to keep playing the game to get Andy's key back. Up next is Margaret, who asks us to drop the correct fruit in the corresponding baskets. It's kinda tedious, but super easy. After
He's
that,
gonna
though,
go
the game
through
just hard cuts
everything.
again
Oh
to a
no.
couple arguing, seemingly over the loss of their child, saying it was an accident and that it couldn't be helped. Again, we're left in the dark of what this all really means. The next minigame is with Felix, who's some kind of fish character. And his minigame has us, well, yeah,
I might be
fishing.
like really
You need to
quiet
grab
for
the
this,
fish while avoiding
sorry.
the pollution.
I'm like a
It's a little
little
challenging.
uncomfortable. This
All is
game
going well until our
actually
third
creeps
fish
me
never
out.
appears, and instead we're now fishing for a person. All while Andy starts to glitch out. When the human reaches the surface, we cut to Felix, but instead of his cutesy cartoon
Stop
voice,
staring at me,
we
dude.
hear what seems to be police chatter.
According to the Pumpkin County Sheriff's Office,
Nope.
deputies responded to the scene yesterday
Nope.
at Power 14. The victim, a 10-year-old male, and his sister fell off a rowboat late at night.
The person in the river was a little boy, seemingly the
I'm
ones that the
good.
parents were arguing about in the previous scene. Felix then cuts out with only his eyes remaining. I don't know why, but goddamn is this so unsettling.
It's
On with some
uncomfortable
good news,
looking.
though. Andy has collected all of his bonus stickers, which means he wins the prize. You know, the key to his own house.
So where are my keys? Oh, they're just in there. In there?
Yup, just go right through that door.
It's so intimidating.
I'm good.
These cute characters smiling the biggest smiles known to man, essentially threatening Andy, demanding that he goes into the barn to get his keys. Of course, with no other choice, Andy goes in. Where naturally, yeah, your friends shut the door behind you and you're now locked inside this dark barn. Needing to look for your keys, you're only illuminated by your eyes and nothing else. However, you're not in this barn alone.
Peter
Needing
the
to find your
pumpkin.
way out while avoiding the ominous stalking eyes. You eventually meet up with these eyes, though, and learn that his name is Peter, the pumpkin. He forces you to play a game of tag. Once you catch him, however, he teleports to this forest, where Andy is forced to grab the axe and transforms into the human that chopped up his friend in the earlier cutscene. He freaks out until our game starts to corrupt. And of course, we get a silly little jump scare. But don't worry, I'm not going to show you, I'm not into that. And just like that, the game ends. Leaving us with so many questions that I don't think we're supposed to have the answers to. Unless you're Matthew Patrick. I absolutely adore
Thank God
this
he
game,
didn't bring the
mainly because I
DLC
feel
into
like it
this.
does what a lot of these
Or any
modern
of the
children's
fucking
horror
voice
games have
files.
failed to do. And that's to actually make me feel unsettled. In a lot of the games we talked about, the
Dude,
fear and
I
scares
feel
come from a
uncomfortable.
loud noise and a big creature in your face, and that's it. Andy's Apple Farm presents itself as a
I
game that
felt
you never
so
know when it'll
uncomfortable.
turn on you. You're safe 1 second, and immediately 1 second later, the game is freaking out and trying to tell you something.
I felt so
I love
uncomfortable
this game. I feel
watching
like
that.
the children's horror genre can learn something from this. Or you could just make a giant spider train game. That's pretty spooky as well. All in all,
I don't even think that's supposed to be scary. I think it's just supposed to be funny.
Taken over the internet and dictated the direction of these kind of games. It's clear a lot of these devs are trying to make a game that's YouTuber friendly.
Oh yeah, those.
Something Markiplier will make a video on and have all the 8-year-olds go crazy over and smash their iPads.
True.
But hey, don't let that deter you from enjoying anything. If you're someone who wears Bendy and the Ink Machine underwear, then you wear that with pride. And if you're someone who draws that kind of fan art of Chica, then you deserve therapy.
No, hello? No? What the fuck? Huh? I didn't even see that coming. I don't even know how that was on YouTube. What the fuck? Alright, well.